Sports Video Group's Jason Dackman. We're at the Sports Graphics Forum in New York City at Microsoft Technology Center. I'm here with JP LoMonaco, Senior Art Director at CBS Sports. JP, thanks for joining us.
Nice to be here.
Absolutely. So we are just coming off Super Bowl this year, which means it's been 1 year since you guys launched a brand new, totally revamped CBS Sports graphics package. How did year one go? Were you guys happy with it, and any developments on that front?
I can't believe it's a year, first of all. It's going great. The biggest challenges has been to maintain the integrity of the original design, and as we all know, there's tons of projects that sort of pile on and evolve as the year goes on. And I think we're doing a great job. I have a great team over at CBS Sports, and they're really true to the design. They're very excited about the look, and they love to sort of grow individual projects inside of it. And I think it's strong. I mean, I think across our platforms of college basketball and golf especially, it's been really, really successful.
And creates that uniform identity, right, of CBS Sports across all, with the box and the eye.
I think, and that was, to begin this process, that was the impetus. The impetus was, we are all over the map. One day, our bosses sat down and sort of looked and said, who are we? Right. What do we look like? And they realized that every time they made something, it was sort of like, hey, let's start from scratch and make this. And this look has really unified that. And I think what I'm most proud of is that no matter what sport you're watching on our air, whatever you turn on, whether it's from the broadcast side on the weekends or the cable side 24/7, it's us.
Right.
You have an instant recognition of, oh, that's CBS Sports.
Sure.
Which is, to me, is the biggest measure of the success.
Absolutely, yeah. And another thing we've seen this year from you guys is more augmented reality, virtual graphics type elements. You had an ORAD system for a few years, but it seems like this was the year you guys really hit your groove on that front.
Right. I came in the door in August 2015, so the tournament had already been, the deal was made. We had been with Turner for, I think it was about 5 years prior. We were also redesigning. And the VR system, the augmented reality in our studio, came along with the initial deal of the tournament. And like I said in the panel, Turner is really strong in that area. They've got great people on staff who can code and program that stuff. For us, it was sort of, we only used whatever they gave us.
Right.
So one of my big goals going into the season was to actually see what we can do and dig into that. And we've been incredibly successful. Over the course of this season, I think we had 7 or 8 moments in NFL Today where we were able to do some great augmented reality, some great set pieces. We learned a lot about the tech of it. There's definitely challenges with it. There's delays in the camera that you have to sort of accommodate for, and can you go live right out of there? Or there's a lot of choreography that goes with it. The biggest thing was my team had the ability to create the 3D or the objects that were needed, but we were not strong in the implementing, in the coding and the programming. And we were lucky enough to find a company locally in the city that could, we basically hired them to come in 1 day a week to set it up for us. Took about an hour with him, and we were good to go every time. Yeah. Cool. So now we've got a pretty strong workflow with that, and we're looking to do that going into the tournament now.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about the tournament. Again, we've seen AR in the studio. Obviously, CBS is even using it live games in the field as well and everything. But what are some of the exciting things that we can expect for March Madness this year?
Well, March Madness is always off the hook. It's year 2 of this look for the tournament. We redesigned that last year as well, and the thing about the tournament from a work standpoint, from a designer's standpoint, is the impromptu-ness of it. Selection Sunday, we hit the ground running. Not until that moment do we have any idea what we're working with as far as teams, and so we do as much planning as we can ahead of time. Brackets obviously are the strongest sort of design motif that we have to work with, and it's always finding a way to reinvent them or make them more functional or make them more user-friendly. And we've got some things up our sleeve for this year for the tournament. to make that to show that on the screen. So.
All right. Well, we'll keep an eye out for that. I'm sure it's very, very cool. JP, thanks so much for joining us.
Jason, thank you very much.
Jason Dackman with Sports Video Group. Stay tuned to sportsvideo.org and SVG On Demand for more news from the Sports Graphics Forum and the upcoming March Madness.